Today we've had a stellar listing when it comes to Premier Energies. Now, the reason why this becomes important is that we've actually started seeing a lot more traction in the renewable space, and I'm actually going to get in my colleague to perhaps perhaps tell us about and introduce the topic to us. Yeah. But also we have with us Anushi, who could perhaps also give us and shed more light on this sector. So Mihika.
Yeah, Premier Energies, it's down in terms of gains, but it's listed at a 120% premium. And now, basically what this company does, it is a manufacturer of solar cells and solar modules. Now, solar cells is a key material that is used to actually make solar modules, which are also commonly, interchangeably can be used and called solar panels. And this is what generates solar energy for anyone using this kind of renewable energy. Now, most of these proceeds will be used majority for an investment in one of the company's subsidiaries, and they will then be setting up one more plant or a facility in Hyderabad for a 4 gigawatt solar cell and a 4 gigawatt solar cell module capacity. Now, in terms of, let me just start and put, in terms of solar manufacturing, there are two main factors that are working. One is domestic factors. Now, India's push for renewable energy it has been driving the industry growth, especially for solar. Now, over the period of FY18 to FY24, we saw capacity additions of solar energy projects grow at around a 24.8% CAGR, and according to Premier Energies DRHP, this is expected to grow at a 24.7% CAGR going ahead as well. So higher solar capacity will therein drive the demand for solar cells as well as solar modules. In terms of the global opportunity, well, there are media reports about the US potentially posting heavy tariffs on Southeast Asian producers apart from China. This includes Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia, all of these countries, and this is a positive for India because what it does is it is an opens an export opportunity for the country. So the India's US solar module exports are expected to rise till FY26. Then in the period of FY26 to FY28, we could see a kind of decline because countries like and areas like the US and Europe will also have their own capacities coming through. But even then, after we do have more opportunities in countries like Africa and Latin America, and this is what's been driving capacity additions growth in the entire sectors. And we have a lot of listed players actually who have announced. And Anushi, I think you have a list of who is announcing, and most of these capacities are coming in the next 2-3 years.
Absolutely, as you pointed out, 2 to 3 years that we are looking for majority of these capacity additions. So I'll start off with Adani Group first. Now they are expecting about 10 gigawatt of a solar module capacity, and this is by 2025 end. While if you look at Waaree Renew, a strong one on this side, 20 gigawatt of solar module capacity. This also has about 11.4 gigawatt of solar cell and 6 gigawatt of wafer capacity as we speak. Coming to the stock in focus today is Premier Energies. Now they are planning to add about 4 gigawatt of solar cell and 4 gigawatt of module facilities. As Mika pointed out, most of these additions that we are looking at is for in the next course of FY26 to 28 period that we are seeing. Other than that, there is Tata Power, which is commissioning a 4 gigawatt of a solar line in FY25. And if you look at a company like a Reliance One, they're also setting up a 20 gigawatt of solar module capacity by 2025 end that we are speaking of. Some of the other key notable names also include Renew Energy Global, setting up a 5 gigawatt of solar cell manufacturing facility, and Vikram Solar and Goldie Solar aiming to grow the module capacity to up to 6 to 8 gigawatts of size.
Yes, and what these capacity additions also do is reduce India's import dependency. So right now, as of now, our solar module capacity is very self-sufficient in terms of to meet the domestic demand. However, our solar cell capacity falls very short of this, and that's why overall India has been importing solar cells and modules because the landed import prices currently are much lower than the domestic prices. But with capacity additions coming through and that kind of having an impact on the pricing as well, the capacity additions aim to reduce our import dependency. According to a joint report which was in the Premier Energies DRHP, this import dependency can fall from 51% back in FY22 to around 6% in FY28. But as of now, Agam, I think it's key to highlight what is the manufacturing landscape right now. So how about you start off with the modules?
Yeah, you're right. So when it comes to Indian solar module manufacturing capacity for FY24, it stood at around 72 gigawatts across about 100 manufacturers, and there's a potential to grow about another 40 gigawatts in the coming years. Moreover, the top 10 players hold over 68% market share when it comes to the current scenario, of course, and the top 5 players include Waaree Energies, Renew Power, Tata Power, Premier Energies, Adani Enterprises, Mundra Solar. So that's as far as your Indian solar module manufacturing capacity is concerned. But Anushi, coming down to Indian solar cell manufacturing capacity, what can you tell us here?
Well, this is another piece of leg that we are looking at, which is essential for the industry expansion overall. Now, if you have to look at the overall FY24 capacity, that is at about 8.1 gigawatt. And from 8.1 gigawatt, we are seeing this number grow more than 4 times. In fact, more than that, in fact, potential to grow to 19 gigawatts in the coming years itself. However, there are a very few players currently in this space, which includes only 3 integrated players with the likes of Adani Enterprises, Mundra Solar, Premier Energies and Tata Power Solar as we speak in the solar cell manufacturing side.
Thank you, Anushi, for that. So, it's key to know that a lot of the majority players who do hold market cap in this space are actually listed, apart from Waaree Energies, which is soon to expected to be listing soon. But, that's what we had on the whole solar landscape.